Hi everyone, my name's Kaylee. I'm just doing a quick video today just about being pregnant and overdue and the joys that come with that. I'm currently 40 weeks and 2 days pregnant with my third baby. I've got a little girl who is 7 now in April, and I've also got a little boy who is 4 in February. And like I said, I'm currently 2 days overdue on my third little boy. As far as pregnancies go, this one has been fairly straightforward. I've not had any complications. I've not had any real problems. I have had extra scans this time round, which I didn't have on either of my first two. Because the baby's got what's called a duplex kidney. And now a lot of people apparently have got this, but maybe don't necessarily know because it wasn't really picked up on or tested when, like I was a baby. But it's something that they are starting to pick up on now in pregnancies in women. It just basically means that his one kidney is got like a separate pipe coming off of it, so it's effectively got an extra bit that goes through. They said that it doesn't really mean anything nasty. It just means that that's that there, and hopefully nothing will come of that, of any complications at least. So I've had a couple of extra scans to keep an eye on his kidney and its development, but other than that, everything has seemed to be pretty normal with this pregnancy. I found it a little bit more difficult this time round, I think mainly due to the fact that I've got the two older children. My little boy is a very active, typical 3.5-year-old boy, so he's a bit of a nutter. My little girl is a very forward, very confident little girl, but she can sometimes take a lot of work and effort as well. So I think I've just found it that much more difficult because I've had them to deal with and run around after and do school runs and stuff, whereas when I was pregnant with my little boy, I didn't have that so much with my little girl. She was only 3 and she wasn't in school yet, and then obviously my little girl, she was the first one. I was pregnant and it didn't really have any effect on me at all. So I've definitely found this one more challenging because of that, I think. But really speaking, it's been a really simple, easygoing pregnancy with no real complications. I have been told throughout this pregnancy, because I think it's my third one, that I'm probably going to go early, that I'm not going to reach my due date, that it's more than likely I'll go that much sooner. So I've kind of had the mindset through this pregnancy that, yeah, I'm going to go early, I'm going to have a few extra weeks of baby rather than pregnancy, and I think I've had that mindset very much set in from day one. So then obviously once I sort of hit the 35 weeks pregnant mark, I was starting to think, okay, this is it now. Hopefully in the next week or 2, 3 maximum that I'll have this baby and he'll be out. And I'm obviously due right over Christmas as well. His actual due date is the 3rd of January 2018. So obviously a few weeks leading up towards Christmas, I was thinking, come on, let's get this baby out. Let's have him at Christmas. I didn't really want to be huge and pregnant on Christmas morning with my older two, because I knew that they would want to help with opening their presents and playing with their presents and stuff. And I just thought, I'm never going to be able to sit on the floor with them and do all that if I'm got this ginormous belly in front of me, because I don't carry little, I carry like a whale. So I was very much thinking, oh, this is going to be good. I can get him out before Christmas and he'll be here for Christmas, and it'll be lovely to have a baby at Christmas time and everything else. And lo and behold, Christmas Day crept up on me and I'm still pregnant, and I was thinking, oh, come on, this has got to, any day now, this has got to happen. And everyone kept saying, God, you're low and you're really starting to drop, and all the usual signs that people tend to look at when you're carrying and when you're going to be giving birth and things. So, I've always had the mindset that I was going to go early. So reaching my due date was actually quite devastating, and it sounds really awful because you should, be at least term before you're having your babies, I suppose. But like I said, I think it was just because everyone kept saying it to me that I just started to really believe it. So when I actually hit my due date, I was like, I really can't believe I've hit this. I really can't believe that I've made it this far into the pregnancy. I really thought you would be here by now. My midwives and doctors and stuff kept giving me dates for hospital appointments and midwife appointments and things, because obviously the kidney thing is, I've been going up to the hospital a lot more often than I would on an average pregnancy. And I kept thinking, I'll never make that appointment. I'll have had him by then. I'll never make that appointment. And I've made every single one. And every one that I'm reaching, I'm getting just that little bit more devastated. So like I said, I'm 40 weeks plus 2 today. I had an appointment booked in the hospital this morning for a stretch and sweep. And they were gonna, I thought they were gonna do like another growth scan, but they didn't actually end up doing that. I don't know if it's because they didn't feel they really needed to anymore, I don't know, but they didn't do the scan. They attempted to do my stretch and sweep, which I was massively looking forward to anyway. It's obviously not a nice thing to go through. It's not something that you look forward to. So I wasn't particularly looking forward to having that. So I was really hoping that I wasn't going to make it and that I was going to have the baby before I had this stretch and sweep anyway. Lo and behold, this morning has arrived and I didn't have a baby. So off to the hospital that I went. Did the usual, obviously got onto the bed, had a little chat with the midwife about the progress that I've been making and any pains and things that I've been having. Not much. I've had the odd little cramp here and there and everywhere. But nothing sort of leaning towards the labour side of things. So she attempted to do the stretch and sweep, and then it said to me that my cervix was just that little bit too high up. So it was a difficult thing for her to try and do. She couldn't do it properly, which absolutely devastated me. I'm a bit all like red-faced and crappy at the minute as well. I did have a full face of makeup on earlier on, but I had a bit of a cry in the car because I really thought that I was going to get going today. And obviously it turns out that I've not been able to have the sweep properly. My cervix isn't dilating or dilated enough at the minute to do that, so obviously it's not going to be an imminent thing. That it's going to be at least a couple more days before this baby makes an appearance. Which again is just, I'm gutted. I really am. It sounds awful, but I really am. I don't, like I said, I think it's just because they said to me that I was going to go early that I just really didn't think that I would be here. I really thought that I'd be done and dusted by now and that he'd be here and I'd be recovering and being able to play with him and the other two, my older two as well. And my little girl's so excited for this baby. Like every 5 minutes she's asking me, is he going to come? Yeah, is he coming? Is he coming? And I keep having to say to her, you know, we don't know when he's going to come, you know, we'll have to wait a couple more days and everything else. So yeah, I think I'm just feeling really emotional today and tired and just exhausted from this pregnancy. It's really kicked my butt. And I'm so glad that this is definitely going to be my last baby. I'm not having any more babies now. So this is number 3 and the last baby. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of do a little video just explaining how I'm feeling. Maybe other mums out there are feeling similar or the same to me or worse than me. If you've had, you know, a really tough pregnancy, I can really like feel empathetic towards you, because even though mine's been really easy, I've also found it challenging at times as well. So I can't imagine what it must be like for mums that have had complications or really difficult pregnancies or been in and out of hospital all the time, because it's not fun. And I really do feel sorry for you. And like I said, I hope now that I've got another stretch and sweep booked for Monday. Today's Friday, so Monday now I'll go back to my midwife rather than the hospital and have another stretch and sweep. Oop, sorry, my camera fell. Have another stretch and sweep then if my cervix has lowered down a bit. And then if that doesn't work, I'll have another one a couple days after that. And then I'm booked in for an induction on Saturday next week. So week tomorrow, I'll be induced if I haven't managed to have him by then. So fingers crossed I have him before then, because I don't know how much more of it I can take. I'm so emotional and I'm so tired. and my poor husband is getting the brunt of my mood swings, because one minute I'm okay, and the next minute I'm like crying into my cereal because I can't cope with life. So yeah, keep your fingers crossed for my poor hubby having to deal with me and my mood swings, and my kids, because they're so excited for this baby to come, and we're all eagerly anticipating his arrival. So I'm going to hopefully do a few more videos over the coming weeks as and when he is born, and obviously if I don't have him in the next couple of days, I'll do another video in a few days' time about how probably rubbish I'm feeling then as well. And then hopefully I'm going to start doing a bit of a mummy vlog when he has arrived and everything like that. So thank you for listening to my little rant, and hopefully we'll have this little one out in a couple days' time. Fingers crossed.